Hi, everybody. I believe we're live now. So, hi, everybody. My name is Emily, and I'll be your instructor for today for a force-focused, about 45-minute workout. I'm going to quickly read you the disclaimer that we all should have memorized by now. In response to COVID-19, PSP is offering virtual fitness classes to Canadian Armed Forces members. By using social media platforms, the virtual fitness classes tailored to Canadian Armed Forces personnel become accessible to all. Participants who are not Canadian Armed Forces members recognize and acknowledge that their age, health status, and physical fitness levels are unknown, and it is entirely up to each individual to assess their ability to participate in the class. Since it is preferred to have a consult with your physician before beginning any exercise program, we invite all participants who are not Canadian Armed Forces members to consult the Get Active Questionnaire of the Canadian Society of Exercise Physiology and its reference documents. If you experience any pain or discomfort during the exercises presented in this video, it is recommended that you stop and consult a healthcare provider. If a CAF member sustains an injury during this video, please remember to fill out a CF98. So now that we have that lovely administrative work out of the way, we are going to get started with the class. So hopefully you guys can see me okay, and hopefully we have a couple people that tune in. So it's been a while since I have been in front of the camera, but for today's class, as I mentioned, it is force focus, which means we're going to need a couple of props. The first thing you're going to need is some kind of a weight. I have my sandbag with me. However, whatever you have at home will work just great. A backpack, if you have a dumbbell, whatever you have, we can make it work. In addition to that, we're going to do some skipping today. So if you have a skipping rope, I encourage you to grab that and use it for the duration of the class. If you don't have a skipping rope, that's fine. You can just skip and touch the sides of your legs as we go along. So we're going to get started. I disappeared from the screen there. So we're going to get started. We're going to start with some activation moves. So what we're going to do, you're going to allow yourself to have some space in whatever room that you're in. You're going to come up on top of your tippy toes, and we're just going to do this 5 times. You're going to walk forward on your tiptoes and then back on your tiptoes. That's 1. 2. 3. We're on our tippy toes. If you're just joining us and wondering why I'm walking around like a penguin, that's 4. 1 more. Hopefully you're not starting to cramp. And that's 5. Good. Now we're going to take our heel, plant our heel to the floor, pushing our hips back towards the back of the room. We're going to sweep our arms up overhead, take a couple steps, and do the same thing on the other side. Once you've done as many steps as you can fit in with your space, come to a stand and reset. Good. You should feel a nice counter stretch here. Stretch through the glutes. Good. 1 more each side. Perfect. Good. All right, we're going to do a slow walk with a high knee. You can also just do this in place. You don't actually have to make any ground. Taking a step forward, pulling the knee into the chest. Good. Same thing on the other side. We're going to go 5 times per side. So that was 1, 2, 3. This is 4. And 1 more for 5. Good. I just have to grab one thing. Great job. Okay. So now we're going to do a slow bum kick. Again, this can be in your space. This is the last slower activating type movement that we're going to do. And then we're going to start picking it up. So let's do 3 more in 3, 2, 1. Good. Okay, so I'm going to put my clock on for 5 minutes. We're going to continue on with our warm-up. We're going to do 3. I'm just putting my music or my timer on here. 5-minute AMRAP. We're going to do 3 up-downs, which is modification of a burpee, 3 air squats, and 3 lunges. And we're just going to cycle through that. We should get about 3 to 5 rounds in. We shall see. All right, you're going to hear my little timer talking to you. So we're going to start with those 3 up-downs. So you can watch me for the first one if you want. That's 1, 2, and 3. Good. Now 3 air squats. Knees out to the walls. That's 1. Don't let those knees come in. 2, 3. Excellent. Now 3 lunges per side. That's 1. It's 2. And that's 3. Good. Back to the 3 up downs. 1, 2, 3. Good. 3 air squats. 1, 2, and 3. Good. 3 lunges. Remember, we're just warming up, so nice and easy, going through the motions. This is not a race yet. Good. Back to those up downs. 1, 2, 3. Good. Back to our air squats. 2, 3, and on to the lunges. 1, 2, and 3. Good. Back to the up downs. 3 up downs. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 3 air squats. So today's class, focusing on the movements required to be successful in your force evaluation. So we'll be doing a lot of the same movements or movements that kind of mimic events that you'll see in your force evaluation. So useful class nonetheless. 2 more per leg. With a lunge, we don't have to take big steps, just a half a step forward, dropping that back into the floor. Great, we're going to go on to
halfway there.
Our up down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whatever reason, I just thought we would do 5. Sorry guys, got in my own bubble. 3 squats. 1, 2, 3. Good. 3 lunges per side. That's 1. That's 2. 3. 'Good. Okay, last round through, and then we're going to get on to the monostructural or the cardio piece of our workout. So 3 up downs. 1, 2, 3. Good. 3 air squats. 1, 2, 3, and 3 lunges per side. 2, 3, 5, and
1 minute.
6. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to stop it there. What we're going to do next, you're going to want to grab your skipping rope. If you don't have a skipping rope, that is okay. You can do a couple of things. You can march in place. You can jog in place. You can jump in place. Whatever you prefer to do. We are going to, for those of you who have skipping rope, we are going to do 5 minutes, put 5 minutes on the clock, 5-minute AMRAP, where we do 60 single skips. So preferably on 2 feet. However, you can mix it up if you want. You can do a switch foot or whatever you prefer. And then you're going to do 10 lateral shuffles. And the lateral shuffles are mimicking the lateral movement that we take when we're doing our sandbag lift. So, you see here I just have 2 little weights. I'm going to put them about 2 shuffles apart. I hope you can see them. Just kind of staying within the frame. So you're just going to shuffle between the 2, touching them when you get there. So you're going to go into a shuffle stance, shuffle, shuffle, tap, shuffle, shuffle, tap. Okay, so you're going to do 10 total. So every time that you hit a weight, that is considered 1. All right, so I'm going to put my clock on. So you're alternating between 60 single skips and 10 lateral shuffles. I will count with you. However, if you feel like you can go faster than me, you go right ahead. If you feel like I'm moving too fast and you want to slow it down, work at your speed. Totally okay. So this will get the heart rate up a little bit more. So we're going to get started in 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and go ahead. 5, 6. One, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 30. Halfway. 10 to go. Awesome. On to your lateral shuffles. Good thing about using an imaginary rope is you probably don't mess up as much as I do. Shuffle, shuffle, and tap. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Back to our skipping. 60 single skips. 20. Sorry guys, keep going. 20 to go. 2, 3. 10 to go. Great job. On to those shuffles. Shuffle position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Eyes forward. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Back to skipping. We're just about halfway there. 30. Going to 60. 20 more. Good. Back to those lateral shuffles. Progression for this movement is simply step, step, touch, step, step, squat, and touch. Okay?
Halfway
Whatever
there.
you're the most comfortable with. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. We are halfway, as you probably heard my little clock telling us. Going back into 60 single skips. Halfway. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Line touches, get nice and low. Hands up, eyes up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Grab that skipping rope. I'm going to tie my shoe in case I have a little trip like I did a couple weeks ago on camera. Back to single skips. Halfway. Great job. Probably our last round through. 10 line shuffles. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great job, you guys. Looks like we have time for a couple more skips before that bell goes. 15 seconds of skipping. Here we go. Until you hear that ring. 10 seconds. Keep going. We're almost there. 3, 2, and 1.
Well done.
Awesome. All right. So that was our monostructural portion of the workout completely out of the way, which is fantastic. So next up, we are going to go into some more simulations of what you might see or have to do well in your force evaluation. So coming up next, I'm going to put 6 minutes on the clock. We're going to alternate movements every 1 minute. So you're going to do a minute of about 45 seconds of work, followed by 15 seconds of break, and so on for the duration of the minute, and then we alternate in between the minutes. So as you rest, I'm going to demo the next one. So I have a black line on the floor here. You can use a crack in your floor or whatever you have. This one is called the toe touch get up. So you're going to run, touch the line, drop down on your hands, release the hands just as you would in the rush, pop back up. Same thing, alternate foot. You want to get yourself comfortable with touching with whatever foot comes to that line. So again, touch, drop, release, stand back up. Same thing, leading with the other foot. Okay? That is going to alternate with a hand release push-up and 4 mountain climbers. So alternate movement. You're doing an even minute. So you can go from your knees if you want to, or your toes. Push up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come back down, release the hands. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come back down, release the hands. This is practicing getting off of the ground on your rushes. So I'm going to put my timer on for every minute on the minute for 6 minutes. You guys will hear the beep and my creepy little voice that talks into the camera. And we're going to get started. Modification for these is just speed, just go a little bit slower. Awesome. Okay, 1 minute of the line touches. Touch, drop, release, pop up, opposite foot. Good job. Full minute here, so pace yourself. This is also really good practice if you happen to forget the touch a line, to be able to quickly pop up, touch that line, and come back down. Good, we're halfway. Remember to release those hands. Think about slapping the floor, not just releasing as it's quicker.
10 seconds.
Resting. I'm going to grab my water. And in 10 seconds, we're going to do our mountain climbers. Combined with a hand release push up. So if you don't remember what that is, I will demo it for you now. So in a prone position, mountain climber, 1, 2, 3, 4, come down, release the hands, mountain climber, 1, 2, 3, 4, good, continue on, 1, 2, 3, 4,
halfway there,
1, 2, 3, 4, good, continue on, 1, 2, 3, 4, good, 7 seconds, you guys, let's try to get one more rep in, 1, 2,
10
3,
seconds,
4, good, stop there, back to the toe touch with our hand release, good, touch, step back, drop, release the hands, opposite foot the next time, repetition is key for your evaluation. You should be able to do these moves with your eyes closed. Well, hopefully you can see where you're going at least. But that's how confident you should be. Continue on, you guys. We're halfway. And always make sure you tie your shoe. Don't be like Coach Emily.
seconds.
Good, stopping there. Coming to the floor for your push-ups. I am going to demo modification. So from your knees, push up. Transition to the toes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come back down. So same thing. Now from my toes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Come back down. Release the hands. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come back down. Release the hands.
Halfway there.
You guys are doing great. One more, we're gonna have our little break. Good.
10
Come
seconds.
on up. Gonna go back to those line touches in about 5 seconds. Awesome. Remember, alternating feet each time. I hope you can see the black line that I'm using for my target. Release the hands. Think about slapping the ground opposed to lifting the hands. Gets the job done.
Halfway there.
You guys heard the little fake man? We are halfway. Ten seconds.
Seconds.
And rest. Good news. Last set of mountain climbers. Coming up. 2, 1.
Last
And
round.
go ahead. Remember, you're releasing the hands. Mountain climber. 2, 3, 4. Great job, guys. We got halfway there.
Halfway there.
Excellent. One more. Coming back to a stand.
10 seconds.
Oh, great job, you guys. So we are moving on. After a little bit of a break, we're going to move on to our second set.
Well done.
Awesome, blossoms. Okay, so next up, we're going to use our sandbag. So I encourage you to grab whatever it is that you're using. And once again, gonna get you to set up your cones, or I'm using just 2 little weights. So for this one, you're going to do just the deadlift portion of your sandbag lift. And then you're going to do a shuffle in between. So everyone working so quietly downstairs, I apologize for them because I'm going to be dropping the sandbag 1 or 2 times. So this is what we're going to do. Very safely, you're going to come into a deadlift stance using the pigtail or underneath the front of the bag and the back end of the bag, not holding on to any garments. You're going to do deadlift, stand up, drop, shuffle, shuffle, and then deadlift. Okay, so you're going to do this for the duration, and I apologize, my screen is going to shake every time I do that, I've just realized. So we're going to alternate that move with a hand release burpee. So hand release burpee, we've been doing lots of hand release so far, so this should be no problem. Come to the ground, hand release, stand up, and arms to the sky. So same as last time, 3 of each movement. And we're gonna get started in about 10 seconds. Hopefully that was enough rest for you guys. All right. And I apologize in advance for the computer rattling. All right, we're gonna start in 3, 2, 1. Start with the deadlift. So deadlift, sandbag up, arms are straight, drop. This is preparing us for, obviously, the sandbag lift portion of our evaluation. Anybody who's in our force prep program, you're probably used to some of these moves.
Halfway there.
Guys, you use them quite frequently. Remembering to keep the belly tight and protecting that lower back. 1 more. Good. 10 seconds. We're going to go to the burpee with a hand release push-up. We're going to go in 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, burpee, hand release push-up. I'm going to show you the modification. Modification is just an up, down, and stand. So whatever works for you. I'm going to do the burpee with the hand release. We're halfway.
Halfway there.
Nobody likes doing burpees for a minute. You guys are
10
doing well.
seconds.
Good. A little breather. Onto our shuffle with a deadlift. Or deadlift with a shuffle. Whatever you prefer. Starting with the deadlift. Here we go. Squeezing those glutes. Drop.
Halfway there.
15 seconds. That happens in evaluations too. That sandbag slips.
10
And
seconds.
rest there. I'm going to go in 5. 4, easy. Good. We are halfway.
Halfway there.
10 seconds.
Seconds.
And resting. Going into our last round through. I'm sure you'll all be happy to hear. Starting with the deadlift. Belly nice and tight. Lifting those sandbag. Proper lifting technique comes first. Halfway.
Halfway there.
10 seconds.
Seconds.
Stop there. Burpees left, and then you're done this round.
Last round.
Good job, guys. We are halfway.
Halfway
my
there.
squash darn shoe. I should learn my lesson to double knot. Keep going, you guys. Ten seconds.
10 seconds.
Good job. Stop there.
Well done.
Grab yourself a drink. Now, you guys did great. The worst of it's over. We're going to move on to some Tabata. And we're going to focus on our core. All right. So I shall put my Tabata timer on. We're going to stick with today's theme of alternating every second movement. However, for this particular one, we're going to do one movement for the 20 seconds of work and then another movement for when it says rest. So 4 minutes, you really don't get much rest. But that's okay, the end is in sight and then you get to go back to your workday. So, all right, I'm gonna demo the movements for you. So, we're going to do what's called a V-up. So I hope you guys can see me okay. We're going to come into a flat position with our hands over our heads, feet are on the ground. You're going to alternate the legs. You're going to allow yourself to kind of fold like a V, touch your feet, and then come on back down. And then on our rest, if I can only make it more difficult for you, you're going to do a 10-second hollow hold, okay? And you find it really hard to hold here, you can hold with your knees bent in this position. It's a little bit of modification, probably what I'll be doing, because I want to be able to talk to you through it. So let's get started. This will probably be our last set before our cool down. So 4 minutes of work. Follow me if you happen to be confused. So regarding our single leg V-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4. Halfway. Goal is to touch that shoe.
Rest.
Good. You're not resting though. You are doing your hollow hold. Legs straighter the better. If you have any lower back problems, bend the knees.
Let's go.
Good. Back to the V up. Single leg.
Rest.
Good. Hollow hold. I'm just recovering from a back injury, so bending the knees to take the stress off my lower back.
Let's go.
Good. Back to those V-ups. Really good quality is more important than quantity, since we're going for 4 minutes.
Rest.
Good. Back to the hollow hold. Shoulders should be off the ground.
Last round. Rest.
Resting. Back to hollow hold. And good job, you guys. Okay. Well done. I think that was only 4 minutes. I think my timer might have lied to me a little bit, but that's okay. We're going to do one more core workout. All right. Oh, that's why. All right, one more set of 4. We're going to do glute bridge extension paired with the 10 seconds of a glute bridge hold. So here we go. Feet flat on the floor. Push the hips to the sky. Activate the glutes. 1, 2, 3. Good. 4, 5.
Rest.
And now hold in a glute bridge. Bellies are tight.
Let's go.
Good. Back to those glute bridge extensions. You're doing excellent. Keep it up. Good. Squeezing the glutes at the top. Good. Holding here. We're halfway through.
Rest.
Holding, holding, holding. 10 seconds.
Let's go.
Good. Keep going. You're probably starting to fatigue a little bit. Keep that belly tight. Don't lose that lower abdominal activation.
Rest.
Holding here. Good job, guys.
Last round.
Last round. Squeezing glutes together at the top. Belly stays tight.
Well done.
And hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent job. All right, we have time for a little bit of a cool down. So I'm going to get you just to walk back and forth. Ooh, I have a sweat angel on the floor. And of course it's an angel, because why wouldn't it be? So we're going to walk back and forth very, very slowly. So I know that you guys will all be If you're watching this, I guess at this point you're watching it later on, as most of us are back to work now. So thank you for coming. Lift our arms up over our head, hands by the side, clasp the fingers in behind the back, push the chest to the wall in front of you. Good. Hinge at the hips, push the glutes to the back wall. Allow yourself to continue into a fold. Bend your knees if you need to. Interlace your hands over your elbows and kind of just hang here for a moment. Use your breath to try to straighten those legs. Very, very slowly. Come back to a stand. Excellent. I'm going to take right leg, over top of left leg. Bending the knee, pushing the hips back towards the wall. Good. Same thing on the opposite side. Ooh, I'm tipsy-turny today. Ooh. Good. Come up to a stand. Let's grab the left leg or the right leg, whatever you're seeing me grab. Take your laces in your hands. Push your knee towards the ground, the hips towards the wall in front of you. Good job. And other side. Great. Awesome. All right, you guys, we are coming up on the end of class, and I don't want to keep you if you're trying to rush back to work. So thank you very much for joining us, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.